So I missed the first rollout in sticky, which is my bad. If you're really hurt here, you just want to back up and get healed. Ask for an arrow at that point. If you're like in the red as your medic is coming through choke, just get an arrow. So they're pushing you on the left. You're playing really close, and you're not actually controlling the left side of the point. So you're doing a pretty good job of like focusing out targets, but you're not really, controlling the places they're going to push from. So you're like playing in a place where you're like kind of vulnerable. If they actually push the left there, you're actually slamming them this mid though. So they've got Uber here. Did Terry need to use there? Terry's kind of a coward. So you have to go in with that Uber. You don't get anything because you're a single demo man, and like that's kind of a dice roll. They've got full advantage. You should be like buffing a soldier and sacking him probably. Anyway, the way this is gonna go, they've got full ad, you're trapping Shudder, they're trying to come through. They just use through, that's really sick. You just want to use that sticky to jump away. You're like trying to juggle them in there, that's like, it's a scout, you're not really gonna juggle him very well. As soon as I see that they use, and I get like that good force really far away, I just put a sticky on the ground and jump to the left side as far away as possible. So they lose their round, partially because you die. It's also just like a full Uber disad in the last, so your chances of winning that are pretty small, but your rollout's not very good. You're not even doing like the fast demo man, not even like the Cadus rollout, but like a faster version of the normal one. But rollout really does not matter. The way you're so aggressive here, dude. If their roamer went fast, you were dead. If I think you might be dead anyway. If someone actually like pushed up top, but like you were so slow that just like pressing W onto the pack there was super risky, dude. And you're playing in this like risky position where the stuff on the left can actually just shit on you if it plays it correctly. If I were you, I'd be playing like more back towards sewer side, because you see like I can see it because I have wall hacks on, but you know like where their scouts are playing generally, because scouts only really play one position on this map, and you see that the soldier's on the left. So you need to like, you're committing really hard. I guess nothing's really shooting at you because your team's doing a good job of like maintaining high ground. You're like drilling them as they leave. That's pretty good. Like what you did there was effective, but I think you're just not being punished as hard as you could be. I feel like stuff like that wouldn't work against people who had a more developed brainstem. So they've got the one player ad, you suck. They're gonna try to do something out. You don't really want to look at that. I guess, fuck it, if you pipe them, who cares? They could have just like pushed there using that guy as a distraction if you played it better. So turning your attention to that one guy who like your chances of hitting are pretty low when you could be like focusing on a different door, probably not the best idea. But it ends up not mattering that much. So here the ball's kind of in your guys' court to aggress. You're sacking Muse again. Muse didn't come up sniper or anything like that. So same situation, expect like the same counter sack, this time out of rollout. Again out of rollout. You roll that guy, don't look at him. Yep, good play. That guy does not need to be looked at after you've done 100 and like whatever, like 200 damage to him. There's zero chance he gets anything. You hear the sniper, hopefully. He said thanks, mate. Hopefully your soldier like called the sniper. Yeah, like what's important here is just making sure that you guys have a beat on the sniper all the time. Space Cadet goes in and gets the med. Good sack from Space Cadet. You guys need to slow the fuck down now. Don't push through Shudder. The demo's standing there. You get that call in the demo and you instantly are like, okay, rotate lobby. It's good. Two scouts in. No reason to use that early. Pretty bad. And then you bungle that pretty hard because you're putting yourself in a position where you're not actually watching anything and you just get flanked. So a 2-scout Uber, there's no way, unless you bomb in and like tell the medic to catch you, that you're going to be flashed there. because your med has to like move at warp speed to keep up with the scouts. So, like, I don't agree with using the Uber that door, like, that early to begin with. But like the way that you played it was really bad because you need to like bring up the rear, watch your teams behind, get in when your scouts have already like established that there's space and nothing is trying to flank you, and then play the post fight that way. Instead, you like try to follow in and shoot the same things your scouts are shooting as they're like making space. So it's like very clean for the roamer to aggress from the right side and get on your butt and kill you. Yeah, they win this fight pretty handedly because their med advantage was like, okay, when you get their medic and you try to move so fast, it like isn't actually a bonus for you, you know? They still have buffs at that point. They're down one player and it's not a player that does damage. So your team's damage output is actually completely even. So you hear that like, you know, they don't have heals, but if you misplay the fight and take like bad damage trades, it doesn't even matter. Because their fragging power is completely equal to yours. You get the forward, there's a good chance you just die there. Walking out of that forward is like pretty iffy, because they didn't need to stack it, really, like they did, because that was the right thing to do, but if one player had like gone forward, if the roamer had gone forward to spawn camp or something, you just die. Trapping up as they're getting ready to push. You have people scouting IT, which is good. You got 8 stickies loaded. Okay, the call is in their IT. You should be putting more stickies up there. If their heals are in IT, no, their heals are not even in IT. You guys just lose a person to a not buffed player. It's pretty bad. You go for like a Fuse that as they get up, yeah, they get forced. So I guess you like play that on the passive side, but it stops you from getting fucked over, which is decent. You think he's going for point there? Alright, the soldier just dies. You guys a full ad here. You're 6 up and they're 5 up. I wouldn't be trapping here. I guess you're playing to like watch the flank as you're going out, but that's not really. Someone could have pushed rollout. Like, you put that trap up on rollout and you instantly turn away from it. I don't know. Someone else needs to be doing that job, and you need to be like trying to catch people out with that Uber. You need to be a part of the aggression there, I think. Watching the flank there isn't really good. Oh, that's farm. Nice suit. You got their medic, so you just like, yeah. Their only play here is to all in. That was really well played by you. Because once you realize, like, okay, my medic is still full health, we got their medic, they're going to Mongo in, and they can't get the medic, so I'm the next best thing. You played that, like, really well. Even if you weren't consciously thinking that, you, like, played around it really well. This is their only option, those 2 scouts, those 2 morons, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, they, like, could only go for you. And you put yourself in a really hard position to kill and sticking yourself off. I would shoot bats here. You see that clump of people on rollout. Hit those guys. I don't know what else you're like trying to hit, but and you're just taking on yourself to hold shutter. Which is fine. I like to put a trap above like lower lobby there. Your trap shutter, I don't really like trapping shutter because I don't think it gets anything. Like some shutters in this game, if you're fast enough, you can get people who peek it. But that shutter, like the like trigger to open, it is too big or something like that. You can't actually kill a guy who just peeks it. And there, it's like on your medic because of where he's standing. And if you had a soldier like watching that shutter from like a closer position from the corner or something like that, it would have been, you know, better. I think your med maybe thought that that door was safe because there's a trap there, and it's actually not safe at all in that situation. So if you were watching something you could actually like control, like these 2 traps are really good. The rollout one's a little like badly placed in general, but like the idea behind it's good, and the lower one's good. You're not really shooting the valuable targets here. They're taking point, and you're like shooting lower lobby. You're kind of, I don't know, you go back to meet your medic, and you're just trapping up. Hopefully you know that like Space Cadet's behind, so they're going to go back. Yeah, you're a little slow to push up there. And again, like, you have all the time in the world to put these traps up. Those are not going to get anybody, dude. I don't understand that at all. That's really, really cheesy and wacky. I have no clue. Because you didn't dead on that guy and then you pipe him. What are they doing? So you guys are rolling them. You don't want to go through that door. No, no, no. Different door. You can just bait point here because they're 2 up. Alright. That was a good push. It was like... It kind of threw me off guard how well executed that push was, because you guys weren't doing stuff like that all game, and then you just like randomly, you know, slay them in that manner. So, I don't know. That push was like pretty good. There was a hiccup in the middle where you guys wanted to go towards main, even though like, that's... Their soldier and demo are the only people who are up, and that's the only way that they can stop you if you walk through the door that they're closest to and loaded and looking at. But you guys like, pull it together in the end. You don't feed. You, see that guy landing on you and you keep moving away from your team? It's like a really small decision. I think you're like doing it to try to dodge him or something, but no. Back up into sewer there or something. Don't commit farther to the right. Don't like separate yourself, because that guy like got himself between you and your team, so you just die. That guy shouldn't kill you. You didn't even like take the sewer pack, the one that you were standing on, I think. Not 100% actually, but you definitely could have just like gone back towards your scouts there, and it would have been better. Alright. Let's even Ubers you're down to first one. There's really no room to be aggressive here, I think. That guy's shooting 8 stickies at that door. You want to probably look at something else. If he's trapping that up, there's probably a pretty small chance they're going to push that direction. You know what I mean? Like 2 demo man with traps on the same door on like opposite sides is really pretty funny, because it means nobody is ever going to go through it, and so it just like cancels out, and neither of them should be watching it. I think he has a trap. Hold on, I can check this. No, he doesn't. Okay. I was gonna say, that would have been funny if that was the case. You're taking lobby now. You have a sniper, they have a sniper. Let's see what occurs. You're just playing out of the sniper sightline. See, this is the job that we have our roamer do, and I'm helping in lobby, because I'm a lot more helpful in the lobby than the roamer is at this point. This is like a team thing, you know? What you're doing here is a job that needs to be done. I just don't think the demo man should be the guy doing it. That's like something you see a lot of like lower level teams do, is have the demo hold on the right side. But again, you're not really accomplishing much at being one of the better classes in the game. Whereas if you were fighting in lobby there, I think you could have switched them like bugs. And you could, I don't know, yeah, you're a little slow to react here. You definitely could have been achieving more for the people on your team. As you're winning that fight and they're in lobby, you're like really, really slow to move up and like hit on those guys. You've got 2-player advantage. They have 1 scout. Someone needs to get through a different door, probably. Okay. Muse actually gets through choke. Space Cadet's going for the big flank. This should actually be a pretty good bomb from Space Cadet. That goes decently. He gets like less than he probably should. The guy flanked you through choke. Yeah, did you not see that guy? Or hear that guy? You really should have understood that. You kind of got your medic killed there. Maybe I'm like being too hard on you because I have wall hacks. I definitely like might have saw that guy because of my wall hacks, but maybe, I don't know, I'd have to watch it again to see exactly if you like saw his actual model go into sewer, but I think you did. That's like a pretty big communication error. And I mean, at the very worst, like, what your med needs to do in that situation as soon as you kill their medic is to like keep moving forward to an extreme side of the map instead of playing like in a static location like you did. That's just like bad medic gameplay, kind of. You guys get a pick. You got 20 ad. This is a really good situation for you to push. But you don't need to be IT here. Nope, just Joke, take it up slow. Something might choose you, so trap yourself off. Use kind of gets really lucky there. Gets things that he shouldn't. You're committing way too hard. You managed to get out. Yeah, your Uber was unsuccessful. I wasn't on the Uber pod. You were like bringing up the flank there, so we can't actually know what went wrong with the Uber. Although kind of, honestly, you kind of saw those people die. Those people who should just be like farming use for free, like died to him. Which is, you know, like a mechanical error on their part. Like the way they took the fight was bad. Is the fact that your Uber didn't get anything there wasn't like in itself bad. The fact that you didn't get anything and lost like 3 people was bad. It's just like a sign that the push was bad. And it wasn't like really on you, I think, because you were like so far removed from what was happening. That in itself is like kind of a problem. So here you get the force onto, they're pushing out. Again, they see that you back up Shutter here, so their instant response is going to be to rotate to lobby. And it looks like you kind of know that they can't keep this aggression up, so you're going to re-peek Shutter to fight point. But what I would do, honestly, is just rotate over to lobby and shoot them. Like, a team, when they see where you are, their first instinct is going to be, like, go to the other door and push that way, you know, when they have an advantage. And so you can kind of, like, play off of what you know they know and counter them in that way. So here you're going to hit like 40 on a scout, maybe? Yeah, you hit 40 on a scout. Alright, your Uber is doing the thing I talked about and like fucking them in lobby, although I think that was more by accident than by design. And it was like the other team playing it poorly. There's a man on your medic, dude. Damn. Sticky bombs there. You die here, it's really, really bad. You don't have to die here at all. It's just like a really bad position to be in general right now. Pretty lucky you get out. So they've got 70 ad, or 60 ad. That guy gets away with that. I guess like, you can kind of realize when you're alone like that, that guy isn't going to back up. Like, he expects you to shoot behind him, right? He's going to come forward at you, so you can, like, kind of shit on that guy. If you, like, I don't know, it's, like, really specific nerdy shit. But he's going to jump at you in a straight line every time. If he's on top of something and he's going to aggress on you, it's going to be in a straight line directly at your face, so just pipe him in the skull. And probably kill him there. Committing really hard to this scout Uber, you're dead, 100%. You should be. Their scouts are terrible. They do exactly the wrong thing. They should know that they're not going to kill your med, so they should just, like, kill you. Or, like, they should know that your med is, like, completely worthless there, kind of. Alright, it ends up working out for them. Because the way that they, like, force everybody in... Oh, are you farming? No, you don't even get flash. A flash there would have been sick. Anyway, it's, like... I don't know, the way that they played the Uber was really bad, and they still managed to, like... isolate you guys to get on the point and then have better positioning than you in the post-fight. You hit good damage on that guy. You want to mute with your med before you take any damage. Good, you have crit heals. Sick. Focus up top here. See that soldier? Shoot these soldiers, dude. You're shooting literally the least valuable person on the whole team. Control high ground on this mid. If they're playing like right side on the cross point, like they only win that if they play high ground. The demo can't actually, like, the demo has to be like put in check, you know, you can't just like be on the point and then like 8 sticky your whole team. So it's not really like on you. You want to be hitting clumps of people in like a position, like up top is the position on this map where really you're the only guy who can, you know, do damage to a safe, like from a safe distance. So that's like your prime focus on process mids, especially where they're not like all playing like babies like they have in the past couple mids, where they're actually trying to control up top. You want to put a lot more focus on that. I know it's really tempting to shoot at the medic and demo because they're standing right inside each other's models and they're really close to you, but it's not what you want to be doing at all. You want to make sure that your timing is like correct to hit the people who are trying to push up top so that your team can control the high ground. So even Ubers. Probably sack, probably from lobby or rollout. Okay, that guy gets... This is so stupid, that demo should... I don't know what's going on. This is kind of dumb. Sorry if you're out there, yes. So you guys get a pick and you don't do anything off of it. Pretty IM feelings. Get another pick on the same guy. I hope you don't do anything off this one too and you just headshot him again and again. Space Cadet goes for the Space Cadet bomb. ODB gets headshot. Their health is like pretty bad here. They have a spy. I don't know. There are a lot of different options here. You could have just pushed when you got that second headshot. Like that guy could have just been like, fuck it, we're going. Like got off scout. How to get Uber. Because you see like where their meta is standing and it's like after that soldier, after the roamer dies, like bullying becomes a lot easier. Now they've got a spy. I kind of want to look at what the spy's doing. Because you're not really doing a lot here. You could be doing a lot more from lobby and just like having a roamer bring up the store. And if the roamer was holding the store, then what he does like in the post fight is a lot better. Because as he comes out of shutter, he can do like a fat bomb onto them. You peeking the shutter after the fight's over is pretty bad. Because it's just not a good position for you to be in, kind of. Unless they're standing on the point. And if you're winning the fight, they're not going to be standing on the point. Simple as that. So you're kind of still just bringing up the rear and watching this right side on your own. Which, like I said, is a job that needs to be done, but it's not a job that you should be doing. It's a very, like, outdated way of holding. Right on point. Good sticky. Nice pipe. Good. The second point is so good for Demo Man too. You're just like not using that to your advantage. I'm gonna stop talking about that specific thing, but I don't know, get someone else to do that. So even Uber's here, you got one player advantage for 8 seconds. It's a scout. You can push here. Choke's gonna be really free. If Use is close enough to die, yeah, Use is close enough to die. Choke is free. Get in, help. Good work shooting the rock there. Use should die. The med slammed. Okay, that was really sick actually. Their soldiers tried to like play the rock, and you destroyed them, and then like as their clump was backing up, you killed them. It was a really good push by your team. There are like small things that you could have done better probably, but it's mostly like mechanical. Like you probably didn't have to lose one of your players there. I don't remember who died actually. So now you've got full advantage. Got spots. You see those people in lobby? They're like free picks. I want to see how you take... I would not go better. Seems like right now you guys are pushing with 0 information. And you're about to pick the worst door possible. So definitely like have a scout get a buff and look lobby and see where their medic is standing and see where their demo is standing and then call the door that's free based off that. Because it looks like you guys are going to go Shutter here. And I know for a fact that Shutter Uber will probably not be very good. You're also taking your sweet goddamn time. You guys really not pushing? Oh, these IM feelings. You use an awful Uber. You didn't actually go Shutter, so props on you for that one. Then as that push is coming in, your person rollout dies, which is pretty bad. Because if a guy's caught by the Uber, as like the people on the left side are going to be caught by that Uber coming main, and this is like not criticism for you at all, but maybe it'll apply to you on different parts of different maps. As your Uber is like catching people, their only option really is to walk forward. So that guy's like really obviously going to come forward into rollout, and your guys rollout, which could be you in some situation, needs to be ready for that. Keep it heavy. Keep sticking them. Alright, this is... you live there. Your focus was a little bad, but... I guess you make the best of a really bad Uber that you're not a part of. Leave Sewer there, you don't need to be with your medic. Your medic is out, and you doubling back there gets you killed. It's like pretty obvious in hindsight, I guess, but just leave Sewer there because nobody can chase you through a shutter. The demo can't like land the shutter and then do a ton of damage to you without blowing up himself. Your goal there was to like protect your medic, but your medic was safe and you were the one who was in danger, so you put yourself in more danger trying to get to him. So you've got small advantage, basically even players. Basically it's going to be there a little before their scout. They're trying to push you, which is strange. Kill Use, trap him off. Yeah, Use is bad and should die. Yep, I don't understand that at all. But now they still don't have Uber. They're down to Demo Man. So even if you think they have Uber here, you should be pushing. Because they can't do anything about it. Barry just needs to bait a really long time. Get these guys off the high ground. Okay, they're coming into you to use. It's really obvious they're about to use. Yeah, they're way too close to that. Pretty good pipe there. It still works out for you because they played the Uber really bad. They didn't actually like... Hold on. Okay, so that's for your medic and it's rolled. But you want to know why that push failed for them. It's because as they're down a demo, right, their plan that they have in their head, which is like play passively and spam them, is actually like the wrong choice. You can't spam a team without a demo man. It just like doesn't work. You're going to lose the damage trade. Like, I don't think you even did a ton during that push, but the fact that you were there, like, controlling certain positions means that they don't win a damage trade while they're playing high grounds, because they don't have a demo man. So the right option for them in that situation is to take an Uber into you. Like, designate a guy to take a solo, and then have everyone else play passively and have high ground after the fight's actually over, when their demo man shows up, and, like, things have equalized. Hopefully they have like a slightly better Uber, they have better position and better health at the end of the Uber, and their demo man shows up. What they did was basically like try to spam and then let you guys walk into them. And if they had a demo, it might have worked because you would have taken a ton of damage, gotten forced before, and then like their Uber would have been better and they could have chased you with it. But that's not like what happened. So you didn't really play that well. They just played it like pretty poorly. Pretty poorly. So they're down a roamer here, so getting in pretty free. They're going to back up here? No. You don't really... I don't know. This works out. You're like slamming them. I thought they were going to back up because that was the right thing to do, but instead they do the wrong thing and like walk into you. Personally, what I would have done, and I think it would have worked against a better team, because I think a better team would have tried to leave there, would be to like kind of push up to upper IT and put stickies at shutter and at rollout so they can't actually leave. Then they have to walk forward and take the fight and lose. Instead, what they do is like choose to walk forward and take the fight anyway, and you like position yourself correctly where you can shoot the point. So this fight should be pretty easy for you guys at this point. You get arrowed up. If you guys like are focusing correctly and you're not, pretty sad. The scout apt was like, you played that totally wrong. I guess I wasn't really counting for their advantage though. Yeah, it makes more sense because I didn't realize I had advantage. That's my bad. It was actually better for them to come forward because they knew they were going to get Uber before you. In that case, you played it like way too aggressively anyway. It's pretty easy to see why you guys lost that fight. You had, like, what you had was a player advantage, but a Uber disadvantage. So what you want to do there is like kind of take it slowly as their combo's coming, and then there's like a switch in their head that flips. It's like, okay, the Uber is going to be good now, and you want to like bait them into having an Uber that they think is going to be good, but you're actually in safe positions. It's like more complicated than it sounds. It's kind of like all intuition, you know? They've got player ad, not really Uber ad either. They might try to dry push here, because they do have like slight positional ad because your scout's not going to be here for a little bit. Looks like they're trying to get a pick on RT. The sack a guy and feed an IT. You get 2 picks on IT. Their flank is completely weak, so you just want to like get buffed and stand and choke, and let your flank players do stuff. I think you're trying to fit too many people through choke here. Again, like what they're probably going to do is like try to spam you out, and it might be a little better because they have a demo. Their scout makes a pretty big error, takes a big sticky, and their call is just to leave at this point. Good bomb catching them here. Playing a little aggressively now. You can keep rolling it though. As long as your team is with you, like this aggression's fine. Now you see that demo committed forward, they're probably going to Uber that guy. The meta's 4. If you would, I don't know, you could have like taken control of that situation. I don't know if it's really like in the way that you play, but like you see that demo commit forward, you know that he's already hurt. And if you commit on that guy, he either dies or he gets Ubered. And if you like go into it with that mindset, you can be like, okay, I can make this a better Uber for my team, you know? If I just put a sticky under that guy's feet, he either dies or he gets Ubered, and either way, the situation is better for us. But instead you kind of like go the passive route and back up and try to do damage to him from far away. You don't hit as much as you could. But the way Use played that should have been punished really hard. Instead it evens out. And even then, like, with how poorly it went kind of, their medic still almost dropped. That's like entirely Use's fault kind of. Because he made his med be in a bad position. Do you have a trap up somewhere? It's on the side of the wall there, yeah? I don't know. If they get a pick on your guy, nobody's going to die to those stickies by sewer. I don't know why you put them there. Okay, they do a counter sack. Should be pretty free for you guys to get in. I would go Al-Qaeda probably. The thing about going Al-Qaeda here is the roamer can't really do a ton. It's like the safest place to push from. The demo like has to play kind of far away from it. You know, he can't really like super deny it. He can do like a decent amount of damage. But then a soldier like on high ground can't really like stop you. So you can like work ground Al-Qaeda and then maybe get someone in through choke or IT when you have that player advantage. Instead, like this is like another IM problems thing, but you guys, you're even players, but you technically have the advantage, right? You need to go off the perceived advantage that you have, that your scout's going to be here before their soldier. I guess he's just coming up sniper, which is annoying. I don't like when people like don't use their advantages and then come up in off class, because that's what makes the game slow. But if he's feeling it, he's feeling it. Maybe he'll get something good. Who knows? But it does mean that you have to play this way. Okay, their soldier commits on the sniper and gets farmed. Demo's stuffing you at choke. The demo's caught here if people push him from sewer. Alright, Muse doesn't actually hit. Okay, the demo does die though. So now you've got 3 picks. You do not want to use your Uber to take this point. So free. You don't have to use it at all. Yep, they just completely leave. Which is bad. If they're down 3 people there, like they might as well go down 5 people, you know what I mean? Like they might as well just sack the other 2 people to get a force. Because now this is the worst position for you guys, or for them. I don't agree with their call, they just like completely abandon that. Like obviously they want to use their Uber after you, at worst, and like not at all at best, but just leaving is just forfeiting the round basically. Because now they're on one of the hardest lasts to push out of. This guy gets out for free. Nobody's actually watching up top, it's pretty troubling. He wins the fight against Muse, but then gets killed. Again, like, it's so funny when 2 demo men sticky both sides of the same door, because it means that nothing is going to happen in that door. So, neither of them need to actually be watching it. But it's just like a Mexican standoff. The most boring Mexican standoff. Once your team knows where the trap is, there's no point in having the trap anymore. If you understand what I mean. It's like a kind of, I don't know, kind of a weird way to look at it, but now that that trap's on shutter, it's not going to get anything, because the team knows that it's there. So put it somewhere else. The whole point of a trap is to like take people off guard. That trap's not actually like denying anything, like I said, and it's not going to kill anybody. So I don't see why you still bother having it up when you could have like a kill trap in lobby, trap above rollout for when a guy sacks, trap above lower lobby for like if they try to push out. Because by the time someone actually tries to come out of shutter, you will already have dealt that, or they're going to be prepared to deal with the trap. That like applies on every map in every situation, kind of. Bring up the rear, they get a snipe, so you're immediately like calling the push off. Fair. Instead of putting the stickies on the shutter, I'm gonna repeat myself here. That door, the one they just came out of, is the door that everybody pushes out of all the time. That's like the standard door to push out of because it's technically the most free, but that's like what you need to watch. It's the most important door, and you're the best guy at actually looking at doors. So like, be watching that instead of shutter. Shutter is the least important door. And maybe at like a certain level, people are going to realize like, oh, he always traps that. Just like go through shutter instead, and then you can like start changing it up and like mind gaming people. But as far as default traps go, these ones are pretty bad, and you might be caught. So you have a trade, your Uber's a little better, you're doing a really good job of staying out of it, and you can play the post fight. You want to be taking high ground here. This position you're on is not ideal. You have crit heals, I'm pretty sure. I would ask for a buff. You don't ask for a buff, and you push up instead, so it's like pretty dire. The fight goes pretty poorly, and it's kind of on you. It's kind of your job there to be the saving grace in that fight. Like your scouts misplay it too, like everybody misplayed it obviously, but you had the potential for really high impact there, and it just like didn't happen for you.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
So they've got 60 ad, you're trapping up. Here I would expect either an IT push or an Al-Qaeda push. They're either going to try to catch you with their Uber, or they're going to like try to bully you out of second without using. So I would pick one of those doors, whichever is more likely. I'm sure you could like boil it down in some way. Oh no, they're just trying to go choke. Well, they go choke and push sewer and try to catch the people out there. You're piping. Use sticky bombs. Your trap is already not doing anything. Use sticky bombs. The med drops to like a random sticky that like goes somewhere, but like no, you played that really badly with like what ammo you chose to use. You almost got kind of lucky, or you did get lucky, but you almost like did more than drop the medic there. But no, the way you played that fight was like pretty. The trap was already like null and void, the one you had at choke, and you like were still piping people. How longer is this? Over. Alright. So again, hope you found that helpful. You need to be... I think I went over it well enough in the game. It's not really like... There isn't really like a ton of big issues in what you're doing. There are just like ways that you could be positioning yourself better, and ways that you could be using your attention better.